Ukrainian crews battled the blaze at this port facility in Odessa. Kyiv says Russian drones damaged a grain warehouse on Tuesday night, lamenting the loss of 40,000 tons of food. This facility on the river Danube is just a short distance from Romania, a NATO member, and this attack came hours after several foreign ships made their way to that port for the first time since mid-July. That's when Russia pulled out of a UN-brokered agreement that allowed for the safe passage of Ukrainian grain out of the Black Sea, raising concerns about the supply of grain that several African countries rely on. Since it left the deal, Moscow has ramped up attacks on Ukraine's ports.
Loading facilities on the Danube in southern Ukraine that had emerged over the last few months as another potential way to get grain to the rest of the world. And
Mr. Glauber says there is enough grain on the world market right now to prevent major spikes in prices, but that may not last without Ukraine, often called the world's breadbasket.
The world has to make that up. And so it should be a concern for not just Africa, but everywhere in the world, that having a major grain producer, operating at 2/3 of its ability.
The UN, along with leaders of several nations, have called on the Kremlin to return to the agreement to prevent food shortages that would exacerbate world hunger. But at a summit in recent days, the Russian president reiterated a message to some African leaders.
Putin is saying, look, this is colonialism all over again. They are trying to victimize you, and they're making profits by selling you that expensive grain.
He boasted of a record Russian harvest this year and pledged to supply some grain to them for free. Abby Cuevas in CBC News, London.